Hey friends, welcome back. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Been busy. My son's back to in-person school, so the family's all trying to get used to normal schedules again. It's also been a few days where it was 32 degrees or 0 degrees Celsius here, so it's a bit cold to ride. Today's 52, I think, degrees. Not too bad. Got a few layers on. It's comfortable. So I get out and about. I'm currently stopped here at Brushy Creek Park in Round Rock, Texas. Just hit a tiny little milestone here. I've got, where is it? Oh, right here. I'll show you later. It's 202 subscribers. Yippee! I got 51 videos. Thanks, everyone has subscribed. And if you are not subscribed, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, if you will, if you think this is worth it. Today I'm going to talk about quite a few things. This might be a long video. Basically, I'm going to talk about my 1-year review of this bike. I've had this bike now for exactly 13 months, so just over 1 year. So I'll get into some details about that. Mostly just things I've done to the bike and a little bit of my personal opinions and whatnot. If you want to see more about this bike, I did a walk-around video. It's actually my very first video I did. You can go check that out, and that's kind of a walk around and shows you all the different details and doodads of the bike. I'm going to talk about coldness and tires a little bit, and also target fixation. So let me get underway here and do some talking. So just quickly, I'm not going to get too deep into this or the science behind it or anything like that. It's just kind of a reminder. Since I'm a newbie rider, I did have a motorcycle about 30 years ago for a couple of years, and then I took 30 years off. Had an electric scooter overseas, but this is my first time back on a real motorcycle. So it's been 13 months, so I'm still a newbie. But just kind of a reminder about the winter weather and cold temperatures, cold tires, and cold pavement. You lose a lot of grip, and check your tire pressure, because obviously, the colder temperatures are going to make the tire pressure go down. And the reason I'm saying this is just, I got on the bike the other day, went for a ride. I was about 5 minutes into the ride, so the tires were not warm at all. And I went around a corner and the back end slipped out. There was no gravel or sand. It was just it was about freezing. It was almost 34 degrees maybe. So it was very cold out. There was no ice on the road or anything, no gravel, sand. It was just the tires were very cold and the road is very cold. So they're not going to be nearly as sticky. And I wasn't driving crazy or goosing the throttle or anything like that. Just as I went around the corner, the back end slipped out, and luckily I think what saved me is the traction control of the BMW kicked in and kind of handled it. I felt it slipping, and then all of a sudden it just stopped and got me back upright, and I just went along my way, and I was like, whoa, that was close. So do be careful out there with that. Make sure your tires are warmed up before you go into any kind of tight, ridiculous twisties or anything like that. And the other safety thing, I have a friend, he gave me the video of it, but I didn't ask him for permission, and I'm not going to show it, but target fixation. I'm sure if you're into motorcycles, you've heard this before. If you took an MSF course, a safety riding course, they've talked about it. But it's a real thing, and I'm sure maybe you've experienced it. You know, if you see a pothole in the middle of the road and you see it like, oh, there's a pothole, and you just keep staring at it, and before you know it, your bike just goes right in it. And wherever your eyes are staring, that's where you go. So be mindful of that. And fortunately, my friend is okay, but he did have an episode of this, and he has a camera on the front and back of his bike for safety. He doesn't make YouTube videos or anything like that, but he was going up out in the hill country kind of area of Austin, and was going kind of uphill in the slow lane. It wasn't the freeway, it was just the regular road. And there was a car in the left lane. He was coming up on, you know, approaching them to pass. And you can see the video as he just was staring or looking towards the back of the right back bumper of their car, or quarter panel, if you will. And he told me he saw it and was looking at it and going, and it was a corner, a sweeping corner, not a hairpin or twisty. And he was just leaning into the corner a little bit, and he's like, God, you know, just don't hit that quarter panel. That would be bad. And then before you know it, his bike just went right into the back of the car, and he wiped out and trashed his bike. Luckily, he's all geared up head to toe, so his gear took, you know, the brunt of everything. You know, and his helmet's damaged, his jacket is all ripped up, but all the pads and you know, everything worked as advertised and saved him. The only thing he didn't have was he didn't have a hip pad, so his hip was a little bruised. And he was only going 45, 50, so he wasn't going super fast. But he did took a, you know, the bike went down and he fell off and tucked and rolled and all that stuff. So just be mindful of that too. Oh, there goes a red light. Thank you. That would have wrecked my day. Big truck going through the red light like that. So look both ways before you cross. Another lesson right there. Boom. Yeah, I just got home. Thanks for joining me on that short ride. Good times, good times. So this is kind of my 1 year ownership. I don't really have a whole lot to say, I guess. Again, watch my very first video where I did the walk around if you want to learn more about the bike. So what I'm planning on doing is just kind of going over what it costs me to have this bike. I think I haven't seen many people do that in videos, and maybe people are interested about what it costs to own this bike, or what it costs me anyways, because the price is obviously going to vary depending on where you live. So since I bought the bike, I have put things on it. So the tire hugger, which goes there, I got that. And while we're here, I've got the Akrapovic slip-on titanium. What else have I done to this bike? I've got the ram mount and the quad lock. Got the cell phone cradle, which got some USB chargers here. Got the bar ends to put in some red accent to the bike. And on both tires, I've got the red tape rim tire there, or the red rim tape. Got to say that a few times fast. On both tires to give it a little bit more red accent to tie in that RS. There, I've got the cylinder head covers. What else have I done to this bike? Oh, the windscreen, of course, the racing windscreen. And I think that's about it for the kind of add-ons. And then I bought, of course, the Stop and Go micro pump, helmet, jacket, gloves, you know, insurance, all that stuff, and how much it cost me to have the bike. I just made an Excel spreadsheet, and I'll put that up there for you to check it out right now. And you can see, you know, all the costs involved to have this bike.
the one-time expenses as well as the kind of annual expenses that go into this bike. Bike's a little dirty. We have cedar trees here. In the winter, they open up and shoot out a bunch of pollen. So there's kind of it looks kind of clean, I guess, on camera, but it is actually kind of dusty from all the pollen. And then as far as the bike goes, I don't know. I can't say much, enough about it. I love it. I like it a lot more now than the day I got it. That's for sure. Just because of my riding skills have improved, my inputs have improved, the feel of the bike, becoming one with the bike, getting used to those big, cylinder heads sticking out there, the low center of gravity, the torque of this bike. I just love this bike, really. It's awesome. As I mentioned in the ride, the torque is great. Top end speed, I have no idea. I think they say it's like 125, 130, something like that, but I haven't gotten close to that. Probably never will. No need to. One thing I will say though is on all bikes that have fairings and plastic parts, fiberglass, whatnot, these rivets, you do have to check these. I mean, I guess that's a no-brainer, but pretty much every time I wash the bike, I will check a lot of the screws, and for certain important things, like this pipe here, down here, the carbon fiber, they said to check that, every so often to make sure that's still tight. The tire hugger, of course, is make sure that these attachments here, these have torque spec settings, so make sure they're set right and that this is still solid. There's been reports of these falling off and whatnot. I don't know. I haven't had any problems with it. Hundreds of miles. I haven't had to tighten it. I've checked it a couple times. It's still in spec for the torque settings. These cylinder head covers, there's one screw here and two on the bottom. I check those once in a while. And the last time I washed my bike, this lower engine fairing, both screws were almost about to fall out. So I'm so lucky I checked it, because I would have probably lost this piece and ran over it or whatever. So do check all these kind of screws here, windscreen. Bikes love to shake screws apart, or loose, I should say. That's about it. I mean, I really, really, really like the bike a lot. And all the things it can do were listed in that very first video, so I won't go over those again. Just check that video out. And that's it. The only thing I haven't done to the bike yet, and I have talked about in other videos, is I'm probably going to get the relocation for this GPS cradle and put it up here. There's a Moto X, I think, Moto Mate makes a relocation system that puts this cradle here above the TFT. So that's the only other thing I'm probably going to buy for the bike. I don't think I'll buy anything else. Maybe down the road when the warranty is up, maybe I'll get, new headers and pipes, and, so it's a lot louder. I don't know. I don't think so though. But that's it. Look forward to your comments again. Thanks so much for checking the videos out. And for those of you that do subscribe, get my little cheat sheet list here. I had some things written down for my Excel spreadsheet. But yeah, well, I'm just over 200 subscribers, and that's awesome. It's amazing. And have fun. And if you're looking for an RS, like I said, they're hard to get. Keep digging, keep looking around, your country, wherever you're from. And if all else fails, you're just gonna have to order one and wait months, before you get it. Probably take, 3 to 6 months before you can get one. But that's it. Be safe, enjoy Enjoy 2022 and talk to you guys next time. Later.